Hello everyone, before we start this video, if I can draw your attention to SNR Kharkiv, who do some great work providing humanitarian aid in Ukraine, both to civilians and to the military. They're well worth supporting, and the donation links are in the description. Hello everyone, so earlier I did a video about two Mi-8s downed by friendly fire. Well, it turns out that wasn't the end of the story. Shortly afterwards, we got these videos here showing a Su-34 falling out of the sky and subsequently burning on the ground, plus confirmation from Russian sources that a Su-35 was also downed. So we have two Mi-8s. These were initially reported to be a friendly fire incident as they occurred in the same area. Then there were discussions from Russian sources that it was partisans with manpads. Now, news has broke that a Su-34 and a Su-35 were downed in the same area, which has now led to speculation being that Ukraine ambushed them. With what? That depends on the source. Some sources say it was a SAM system placed in that region for the ambush, other that it was a MiG-29. On screen now are the reported crash sites of the four incidents. So the Mi-8 crashed in Klintsy, the Su-34 near Istrovka to the south. The second Mi-8 was originally reported to be just east of Klintsy in a town called Suretsky Muravy. But now, the second Mi-8 is reported to be in Volkosishki, further east, and the previous crash site will likely be the Su-35. Initially, I thought this was friendly fire. Russian SAM operators with twitchy fingers, fearing it was Storm Shadow arriving again or something like that. But 4 in 1 day is too much. Even Russia isn't that incompetent. But this is sounding more and more like a well-planned ambush, and if so, Ukraine had some sort of insider information, knowing the flight times and that sort of thing, to pull this off. Whether someone leaking information or hacked communications. Russian Telegram pages are giving the information that Ukraine launched surface-to-air missiles from SAM systems placed close to the border, with some of the missiles intercepting Russia's own air defense. One of the helicopters, interestingly, is reported by Russian sources to be a Mi-8M TPR-1, which is an electronic warfare variant featuring a jammer, used to jam enemy air defense systems, which clearly failed at its job. The electronic warfare Mi-8 was used to cover the attacks of Su-34s on enemy targets in Chernihiv, with the Su-35 providing air cover. The Mi-8 around Klintsy was reported to have been circling the town, so I think this is the electronic warfare variant which was hit here. Klintsy, in this district, is shown here to be almost 50 kilometers from the border. Given this range, if this was indeed a SAM system, it would have to be a medium or long-range system. Shown here is the range of Hawk, so it's possible. These helicopters and jets were shot down near Klintsy, which is just out of range, but the jets could have been south of the town, just in range of a Hawk launcher on the border. Hawk, shown here, carries 3 missiles, so multiple launchers would have had to have been used. Reports say that Russia's air defences were also intercepted, so it does sound like multiple launchers were used. Iris-T, shown here, has a slightly shorter range than Hawk, but again we can't rule it out because these may have been hit just south of Klintsy itself. Deep States doesn't have a rangefinder tool for the other medium systems such as Buk, but Buk's range is comparable with Iris-T. Other possibilities are NASAM's S-300 and Patriot all have the range needed, so we can't rule these out either. These are bulkier, larger systems, so easier to spot, but given their longer range could have been placed further back. For example, a NASAM's battery near Chernihiv would cover Klintsy. So we can't say which SAM system was used, and indeed we only have Russia's word for it that it was a SAM system and an ambush. This could be friendly fire, but 4 in 1 day would be a startling example of incompetence, the likes we haven't seen before. But with fingers getting twitchy because of Storm Shadow, we can't rule it out. We also can't rule out this being the work of MiGs, but we just don't have the information. All we have are Russian claims, and I don't think Ukraine is going to clarify the tactic or system used anytime soon. But regardless, it worked. 4 aircraft lost in 1 day. The 19th and 20th Mi-8s, the 20th Su-34, 3rd Su-35, going by the losses on Oryx. So that's it for this video. I will do an update if we get more information. In the meantime, please click like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thanks again, and take care everybody.